This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Bro, gnarly.
What's up, Taylor?
Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man.
Dude, no way.
Way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro.
Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case.
Dude, no way.
You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
All right, we made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today we toast Welsh Italian Pizza, which is an Italian pizza joint over in Wales, all right?
Now, see, that adds up.
It does, right? So it's called Welsh Italian Pizza. It could not possibly be a sales pitch outside of Wales. Mm-hmm. But anyway, they have an outdoor booth where you walk up and get a pizza, no big deal. But they decided recently that they're going to put their name in all caps. So they changed their font, and because they have a website now, instead of just saying Welsh Italian Pizza, they put it up in all caps. So it's WelshItalianPizza.com. The problem, and none of them really thought about this until they finally posted this thing at the booth, is that the words in their name were a little hard to separate. So as people read, you naturally form the first word you see. So the problem is the first two letters of Welsh, you got, obviously, the W-E. Well, when you get to Italian, the first two letters of Italian hook up with the last two words of Welsh, and they spell a certain four-letter word for poop. So for a lot of people now, and every time they post it on their website, it looks like it says, Alien Pizza. And it turns out this has posed a bit of a problem for them. I believe they're going to go back and separate all the words now. But right now, keep in mind, when you look at it, it says, Alien Pizza. Not real good for sales.
Yes.
Alien Pizza. Oh, yeah. So people that didn't know the place are like, I am not eating that. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Steve at Thrill Hill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Chris, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir. Let's do interior decorating.
All right. And true to the song, it involves the back door. Basically, a TikTok star's pleasure was turned into a real pain in the butt, quite literally. She says she got something stuck up there and had to get it surgically removed. Now, the woman who goes by the handle at Soft Zalofs and lives in the United Kingdom, she shared her story and even posted the x-ray images of the inside of her body. So she says things got out of hand, and when she couldn't get this thing out, she had to seek medical help. Now, she says she couldn't go to the hospital the night it happened, so she tried sleeping with the thing inside, and as you'd imagine, that made for some serious tossing and turning. Well, the next day, when she finally went to the hospital, she says doctors struggled to get it out, realized they could not get it out manually, and the only option was a surgical procedure. The woman says she awoke from surgery to find the object next to her in a plastic bag. That's right. The doctors gave it back. Now, the question is, what did she get back from the doctors that they had to extract from her anus? Was it a candle, a shampoo bottle, an electric toothbrush, or a good old-fashioned vibrator? So candle, shampoo bottle, electric toothbrush, or vibrator?
Well, I'm trying to think. Old-fashioned vibrator. I don't think she would have been as embarrassed.
Well, to be fair, she went on TikTok and told people stuff that no one had asked and no one would have known.
Okay, that changes things. Because she's just letting it out in the open. All right. I don't know. I still want to go toothbrush. I think she's finding a cheap thrill, if you will.
Okay, don't put my name in this.
Just seems wild they give it back to her.
Right? If they put it in a plastic bag and sit beside her. All right, what do you guys think?
Ted?
Easy. I mean, it could be an expensive one. I don't know. I'm going shampoo bottle.
Shampoo bottle.
Yeah, things happen in the bath.
Look, here's my prediction. If she was out of town, she was on the road. She's playing away games. In a hotel.
Maybe.
Electric toothbrush. If she's at home, she doesn't need to do that because she's got her own toy. Miles goes vibrator. If it's an away game, it's in an Econo Lodge, toothbrush.
Econo Lodge.
Home game.
Yes.
Home game. You got your own equipment.
But specifically the Econo Lodge.
We're going to find out what she had to have surgically removed. Was it a candle, a shampoo bottle, an electric toothbrush, or a vibrator next?
That was a tease.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories: interior decorating. On Profile This, we have a TikTok star. She got something stuck in her backside and had to have it surgically removed. Doctors tried to get it out. They could not.
That's correct.
So they had to operate to remove the object. Question is, was it a candle, a shampoo bottle, an electric toothbrush, or a vibrator?
All right, let us start with our very own the Ted Smith. You want the shampoo bottle?
I did.
Not Head and Shoulders up there.
I thought it was this expensive stuff.
Pert? I don't think Pert's expensive. I'll go Suave. It just sounds better. Rico Suave.
You guys do not buy shampoo.
I really don't. Whatever my wife has is what I use in my beard.
Jesus.
Chris, you went with the electric toothbrush. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Not the electric toothbrush. And Miles, you went with the good old-fashioned vibrator.
I did home game. Home game.
Home game! Yeah! She's old school, man.
Now for all TV news all time, time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Want to know one as well? All right. Your choices. You got Bill Maher.
Ooh, Bill Maher.
The Jimmies. Seth Meyers.
Okay.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It's right there on the side. All these guys have teams of talents and writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Obi-Wan Kenobi is now out on Disney Plus, and a lot of people are very excited to watch it. But Disney wants to remind you you're not forced to watch it.
The Ted Smith, yes.
Yes.
That's a good one, man.
I was trying to throw you guys off.
No, I like it. I dig it.
Yeah.
The new Obi-Wan Kenobi series just premiered on Disney Plus. Obi-Wan Kenobi get a spinoff while Jar Jar Binks is waiting by the phone like any minute now.
Fallon. Ted Smith.
Fallon.
Meanwhile, the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series just premiered on Disney Plus. That's right. Obi-Wan Kenobi got a spinoff while Jar Jar Binks is waiting by the phone like any minute now.
All weekend that haunted me.
What's that?
You guys were having some fun TV time last week and playing the Star Wars stuff, which I laughed at.
Yeah.
But then all weekend, people were giving me crap about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You should watch The Mandalorian.
I'm not watching crap now.
You should watch the goddamn Mandalorian.
Out of spite.
You would like the Mandalorian.
I'm sure I would.
You like Westerns.
The key word here, spite.
Spite. Telling you.
Stranger. Jesus. Season 4 of Stranger Things is out. And this season, the gang tries to solve the big mystery of why the hell they don't just move out of that town. Valid.
Season 4 of Stranger Things is out. That's right. In this season, the gang tries to solve the big mystery of why they don't just move the hell out of that town.
Costco has confirmed that despite inflation, they will not raise the price of their $1.50 hot dog meal. Although it's a little concerning when the price of meat is going up, but Costco's like, nah, not a problem.
Ted Smith.
Fallon.
That's Fallon.
Costco has confirmed that despite inflation, they will not raise the price of their $1.50 hot dog and soda combination. Although it's a little concerning when the price of meat is going up, but Costco's like, not a problem.
Had a Polish dog this weekend. Let's see. So there's a new comedy special out. Well, here's the deal. Norm Macdonald, before he passed away, had already test run this comedy special and was going to put it out. So then you have a group of his friends on Netflix sitting around talking about him.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to watch this probably tonight.
Are you going to watch it tonight?
Yeah.
All right.
And unless Me versus the Bee is on.
Yeah.
One of those two is going to be in my...
Who's Me versus the Bee?
It's Rowan what's his name?
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got to take on the bee.
All right.
I know it sounds stupid, but I'm just going to do mindless, not reading the news entertainment.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't talk about this. I tried with the Batman yesterday. It's too dark.
Too dark.
Right. And it was actually nice outside. I ended up just turning it off. Somebody called me. I started chatting with them, and I'm like, I'm not putting this back on. I'd rather just sit outside. Yeah. So Norm Macdonald, some of his friends were getting together to tell stories about him, this and that. And Adam Sandler was on there and had a pretty good story about running into Norm in Atlantic City and finding money in his refrigerator.
And I said, you got any soda? And I open up his fridge, and I swear to God, $25,000 worth of Atlantic City chips are in his fridge. And I go, what's this? He goes, oh, I won big. I said, well, why didn't you cash it in, buddy? He goes, well, I brought it here so I could talk to Bernie Brillstein to see how I don't have to pay taxes on it. So I go, oh, and he goes, yeah, so I bring it back Monday. And he told me no matter what, I got to pay taxes. So... it didn't work out there. So whatever, I go, oh, that sucks. So anyways, I see him at Saturday Night Live on Monday. I go, did you cash that in? He goes, I lost it all.
I mean, Norm Macdonald, I want to say, I don't know that he was a drinker or a smoker or stuff.
He was a gambler.
That I was going to say, if you've ever seen him do stand-up, I mean, he makes no bones about the amount of money he has won and lost.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a rub on everything.
Which I shouldn't say, it's because obviously gambling's an addiction. So I should, I guess to me, when I think addiction, I think drugs or alcohol.
Of course.
I don't think that was his thing. It just seemed like he gambled a lot.
He would do a celebrity roast and sit there and read the ponies in a newspaper. Just sit there and he'd just pull the newspaper down and go, yeah, what? Just go back to reading the line on stuff. But he really was, that was the joke. He really was looking at the race at Saratoga right then. It was the truth.
Yeah, which also going to the racetrack is awesome, right? You see all the horses and this and that, and it's fun. But I mean, probably just because I don't gamble enough money, but it's rare you're going to win a ton of money. It's more just the atmosphere of look at the ponies run,
exactly,
and this and that. I mean, I think we saw some of that over the weekend, right? You might not be a big open wheel race fan. But when you have F1 in Monaco, which is one of the most beautiful places to go.
Sure.
Crappy race, though. Jesus, every year.
People were bitching about that in the morning. I saw that. Because I was up real early.
The thing is with Monaco, man, is it's just, they're going through a small town on the side of the Mediterranean, right? So outside of one spot to kind of pass, basically whoever qualifies quickest generally is going to
win.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. There's one place in the entire race where you can actually pass.
If not, you drive into someone's home.
Yeah. So, I'd love to go. A lot of the drivers still live there. I get why they still have that race there. It's their most famous one. But, yeah, a lot of people are should we switch that race? So, but like I'm saying, open-wheeled race, and the other giant one you had this weekend, obviously, was the Indy 500, which that has gotten me. Talk about, like, the experience of something. Like, last year on that weekend, I was just sitting home, and I was like, I don't know if I really care about IndyCar that much. But then you see that between the grandstands, the infield, and this and that, I want to say they got like 150,000 people there, or something insanity.
Isn't it the number one sports event in the world?
I believe
so. As far as a one-day event?
It might be, like, attendance-wise. Yeah. Well, plus, I mean, that oval's so huge.
Yeah, the attendance is insane.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a map of the track, and then they put something in it, like New York City.
Right, to give you an idea of how big it is.
Something weird.
So usually they do it with stadiums, but I think I was showing you one last year, and it's like just inside track of that one event, you could fit, like,
the Rose Bowl.
Yankee Stadium, right, the Rose Bowl, like the Taj Mahal, the Vatican.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It's just, and you're like, that all fits inside that?
That's a lot of walking today.
Yeah, which also, if you ever watch any of those sports, you get why those guys are taking golf carts, or Lewis Hamilton's always on a little razor scooter. Like, that's a lot of walking.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let's see. Sounders played over the weekend. That was horrible field conditions. The only thing worse than the rainstorm we had is probably Charlotte's team.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not very good. I think their coach already got fired. You had Game 7, which I will say, to the NBA's credit, they had some boring games. While Boston led the entire Game 7, but that was pretty good. You get down to on Sunday night, right? Like, it's like, look, it's a Sunday evening. Most people have tomorrow off from Memorial Day. You got a Game 7, and Jimmy Butler hits that three. You know, I think they can win that game. But either way, from my taste, it was so boring. It was nice to see and a Game 7 should be fun.
Yeah,
NHL's been dominating. Last night they were like, Rangers, Hurricanes. We got a Game 7. That thing sucked.
Oilers in Colorado tonight.
Correct, to start it off. Yeah. But yeah, my buddy that I've been watching hockey with, he was like, I feel like we're watching NBA now. I was like, yeah, that game was terrible. So you think you can dance?
No.
Never thought that in my life.
Well, Matthew Morrison, he was fired as a judge in the current season. They say he violated competition protocols.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure. They don't really say.
How about you know damn well you can't dance?
You know damn well you can't dance.
Just get to work.
Give it a try anyway.
Come on, man. You got to learn something.
Well, I mean, what's protocol? Like, if I want people to dance, it was like, you were giving them booze. So they have to be able to dance on their own.
You would not be allowed in the competition.
But wait, was he a host?
You can dance.
He was one of the judges. They just say, after filming the audition rounds and competing and compiling the selections of the 12 finalists, I did not follow competition production protocols, preventing me to be able to judge the competition fairly. I cannot apologize enough to all involved watching the episodes along you all. And I think it'll be one of the best seasons yet. So JoJo Swina, Mike, is that right? Siwa. She's still on there. And Steven Twitch Boss, they're still on there. For what it sounds like, I'm guessing either he was over practicing with one of the contestants,
all right,
or knew something else. It doesn't sound like anything terrible happened. It's just like there's certain rules to make sure that those contests are judged fairly.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I can guess.
Yeah, or, like, I don't know. I went to high school with... See, I know. I don't think it's that, though. I think it's more like I went to high school with you, and then you're like, hey, my 21-year-old, kid's in this. And
okay,
I'll be like,
all right.
I'll make sure he gets through to the next round.
I hope it's my theory.
Well, obviously, if it was a sex scandal, that
would have been said.
I think so. I think they would just come out and be
didn't
like...
smooth up on a contestant.
Yeah. Well, and protocols is in there.
Yeah, that's why I think the sex thing, and I'm just guessing, but you say protocols and then you say nothing more about it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Amber Heard, by the way, when it comes to trials being on TV, is that just state to state that matters, the laws on that?
I think so. Right? Because
like in Florida, OJ was part of the reason, and Virginia was the last one.
But part of the reason we always hear about things out of Florida, it's because Florida state law, if you get arrested for anything, we can tell you. Right? So they put, and that's why it seems like Florida has so many more ridiculous, and they don't. We just hear about it and they put the name, the face, the whole nine. So it's got to be that.
I was about to say something about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and it's like that thing has been on TV constantly.
I'm almost not surprised that they haven't kind of transformed this, and I know they can. They've done it with Wapner. They've done it with Judge Judy, all these other things. But look, it's a civil case. Right. At this point, it's a civil case, right?
That's all it is. There's nothing. It's a defamation case.
But to put it up, and basically what they've done is in prime time, and people do watch this stuff. And so, in other words, to frame it in a way where it's like, who's got talent? Dancing with the Stars. All these things. Just basically
who's got a case?
The People's Court. I'm surprised there's not a format like, look, we've agreed to settle it with Judge Judy. Just doing it in prime time. And whether that judge is whoever, whatever. But there's a lot of people at home vote, or just do something weird. Where it's like, all right, we're going to settle the civil suit, but you got to call in now. Do you vote for Johnny Depp?
Well, isn't that what those shows are?
They are, but the fact of the matter
is, for the most part, you're going
but you're
hey,
not the jury. So there's an actual jury.
Yeah, they're in a jury case. So the only difference between Judge Judy and all this nonsense going on with these two clowns is that it has to go to the jury, where Wapner or what's-her-face, Judge Judy,
they make the call. But if it can be a combination of the judge and the people, like American Idol, like calling out a vote for Joe Schmo.
I would still look. No, do not leave anything up to the public.
Did you just pay 50 cents to vote for Amber Heard?
Well, obviously,
is that on my phone bill right now?
People have very strong opinions on this one, but sadly, Amber Heard said she's been getting death threats and this and that.
It's like unneeded.
Right.
For what? For what? Why would you? You don't have to.
Who do you care?
Who cares? It's he said, she said. They got celebrity problems,
They're
man.
not together anymore.
My God.
They're all good.
17th season premiere of America's Got Talent. That's on NBC tonight. Miles, you are right. The Western Conference Finals for the NHL playoffs, those kick off tonight as well.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to Men's Room.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A German woman is sexually attracted to planes and wants to marry a Boeing 737 toy. Meanwhile, if both of your pilots were asleep on a transatlantic flight, would that bring your heart some joy? Woman who would only eat potato chip sandwiches for 23 years tries something new. Man is attacked down under, which leads him to body slam Maru. And a man saves the planet by smearing cake on the Mona Lisa. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
Top story, we take to the skies where there was an incident on an ITA flight. The plane was en route from New York bound for Rome, and as far as anybody knew, everything was going according to plan. But as they flew over France, ground control tried multiple times to contact the plane as a part of a routine flight communication, but the calls all went unanswered. They were about to scramble jets to intercept the aircraft, but the pilots miraculously answered the call, and they made their way uninterrupted to Rome. So what happened? Italian media reported that not one, but both pilots in the cockpit had decided to take a nap at that particular point in the trip. The captain was removed from his position, and he was the one of the two that was not cleared for a controlled sleep session, though he blames bad comms for why he didn't answer. So...
Right. The comms aren't loud enough to wake me up, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Tower, can I take a nap?
Tower? No.
All right.
They didn't say no. Like, how would they know that both pilots had fallen asleep, though, is my question. You know what I mean? It's not like there's anybody that's able to just knock on the window and see them snoozing back there, unless it was a flight attendant that called downstairs like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're both sleeping. And
it may have been that, and they're pissed.
Right. Trying to bring them some doggone coffee and some conversation.
Yeah, they're goddamn asleep.
In other news, we go way down under where someone decided to have a fight with one of the locals. A video was shared online of a man running from a kangaroo. He comes into frame running for all he's worth before he eventually falls and is dropped on by the animal. He eventually gets back to his feet and is forced to draw hands against the roo, throwing as clean of punches as he can manage before he changes his tactic, grabbing the animal by its hands and wrestling it to the ground, pinning it and ending the video.
But then what do you do?
It's an incredible video.
You take the heavyweight title.
Pretty much.
I mean, you try to choke it out. And the new.
Right. You hope that maybe the guy that's filming you, because I don't think that was a security cam. I think that was some jackass with a phone like, hey, look at this idiot running from a kangaroo. It's like, maybe help the guy out.
But at least I appreciate this about kangaroos, right? All day today we're talking, you see a cougar, if there's a wolf, all these animals. There's all these things that fall outside of your general purview.
Sure.
At least for kangaroos, like, right, you're just in a fight.
Right.
It's not biting you. You are throwing punches.
To be fair, all a kangaroo is a deer with fists.
Right.
When you think about it.
They can kick you, too.
They can.
So can a deer.
Yeah.
They can rear back.
Kickboxers, man.
I'll tell you what, though, to say that guy's running from that kangaroo is unfair.
Yeah.
Like, when he comes around that corner, I mean, you could see the fear.
He's hauling
There's a giant animal coming at him. You bet. A woman in the UK had to see a hypnotherapist to get her life moving in the right direction. Ever since she was a toddler, there was only one thing that she would find acceptable to eat: cheese and onion-flavored chips. And for 23 years, that was her only source of sustenance: chip sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sour cream and onion chip is a solid chip.
They're great, but that's all that she would eat.
Every
she'd turn
meal
everything away.
For 23 years.
But then she made the comment that, like, her body would reject everything else. But from what I understood, that when she was just a toddler, she just wouldn't eat anything else. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I love chips, but I don't think I can eat them every... Like that's all I eat. I'd get sick of them.
Right. Yeah, most people would.
They were also onion. So is that sour cream and onion? Is that what they mean by that?
It said cheese and onion.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, what is this, England or something?
I believe so,
I don't know the flavor.
It's over in the UK.
Right, so they're crisp. Like, I'm pretty sure it's probably close to sour cream and onion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Seeing that she's about to get married and also found that she has MS and wants to get healthier, she saw a hypnotherapist who says cured her of her eating disorder, and she now has a much more adventurous palate, saying, oh my God, strawberries taste amazing.
Of course you have a more adventurous palate. Eating more than one thing.
Right.
Eating two things makes you more adventurous.
Which, yeah, I find that story strange. I'm sorry.
Everything about that is strange.
It is.
Also, you'd figure at some point, like the parents would have been like, well, you got to eat something else.
Right. No, she just turned everything away. It's like, come on, we can do something else. You're 23 years old. You need to go get hypnotized and not try something else?
Yeah, that's definitely like a massive flavor in England.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up now. So they have like the what are the Lays over there? Walkers?
Is that what they are?
Oh,
I
yes,
assume because
so, yeah.
it looks exactly the same.
Right.
I like ours is about laying, theirs is about walking.
Just lay down and eat these. No, walk and eat them. To France, where good old Mona Lisa has fallen under attack again. Someone dressed as an old woman in a wheelchair went to the Louvre here recently and assaulted the glass, protecting the painting with a piece of cake, throwing the dessert at the glass, causing the icing to smear all over it. As he was being escorted out, he shouted at the museum guest to think of the earth, as artists always tell people to consider the earth, and that's why he did this. He's currently under investigation and evaluation.
Okay. I mean, hey, man, you probably a better way to get the message out there, but...
Probably.
You know.
But now people are watching.
It's kind of crazy, too, is there's like a protective cover over the Mona Lisa.
Right. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. I just don't think you saved the planet there.
No. But...
That's why he's also getting an evaluation.
You wasted cake.
Old Mona was really big on the planet, so that helped. I'm guessing.
I was like, where'd you find that knowledge, Mike? You're just throwing that. I mean, I respect it. You know, I've been known to BS a little bit myself.
A woman in Germany has come forward to show the world the love of her life. The woman claims that she's attracted to inanimate objects, hence why she's fallen madly in love with a model of a Boeing 737.
Not even a real plane.
No, it's not.
A model of a plane.
Yeah.
Right, you're attracted to planes, but it's not even a plane. It's the model of a plane.
Yeah. She's most attracted to his face and wings, saying that she finds them so sexy. She hopes to get married one day, but it unfortunately is illegal in Germany.
Oh, no way. You can't marry a plane in Germany.
You can't marry a model plane.
I'll be darned.
That's it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Men's Room Happy Hour is up next exclusively on the Odyssey app. We'll see you there.
Yes, indeed, it's all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch for about 180 seconds or so. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
En Lowe's tenemos grandes inventarios disponibles en cientos de productos que los profesionales necesitan todos los días, como tejas, concreto, madera y más. Y ahora te los entregamos al día siguiente directamente en tu obra. Empieza hoy y ordena en línea o visita el mostrador para pros en tiendas. Disponible de lunes a sábado en artículos selectos en inventario solo en el área metropolitana de Charlotte, sujeto a disponibilidad. Para pedidos hechos antes de las 4 p.m. Más detalles en el mostrador para pros.